this is the video review for the Dr. Wu P-21 Gun Arms Rambo kit for your Masterpiece G2 Sideswipe. Maybe this video has an intro, maybe it doesn't. We're all going to see. I've got a new camera, I've got some new equipment, and we're going to see how all this works out here. But hopefully this will improve both photography as well as videos for you guys. So yeah, hopefully the mic's picking things up all right. I can adjust the mic sensitivity, so hopefully it's not too bad. And we'll see how it goes. Well, this is just a test one. This one turns out not great. I'm still learning, so bear with me. But yeah, anyway, this is the Gun Arms Rambo kit for Dr. Wu's P-21, or Dr. Wu's P-21 for the Rambo kit. For G2 Sideswipe, there's a little bit of a product description there on the back, showing what comes in it. Inside, as you saw in the opening, if there is one, there's a little foam thing that holds the bazooka, and then there's a little plastic baggie that holds all the loose parts. Now, just for the sake, I'm going to kind of do this in a deconstructive way, just because it helps show it off, and going the other way is a little bit more difficult. But when you're done, it gives you a figure that looks like that. Which is really striking. It's really cool. It gives him the bandolier here. The grenades, the little leg bandolier, the bazooka on his back. It lets him hold his sword at an angle. And I'll show you how that all works here in a minute. But it really just gives him that comic book G2 Sideswipe vibe. And again, you see he's got the little clip there on the back that holds the bazooka. And you can kind of see where the bandolier is on here. Now the bazooka slides up and down into this. You kind of clip it on and slide it down into there. I found just trying to clip it in, it holds it a little loose, but it's not super tight, but it does hold the bazooka there on his back. And the bazooka itself can be held in his hand, and it's got a little angle, so if you put it in his arm, and we'll show that off real quick and have him armed with that. Plug it into the tabs there in his hand. It's got that angle, so if you have his arm bent a little bit, you can hold it in natural poses, but you can give him a giant bazooka as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, pretty nifty. So there's the big bazooka. You do get an extra grenade and a couple extra connectors. And getting these belts on is kind of a pain in the butt. It helps if you do, the leg bandolier especially, it helps if you get it attached first and then clip all the little pieces on. And I'll show you on the leg, there's just a little connector here. And there's two different kinds of connectors. There is a single open connector, and then an open connector with a brace in the middle of it. I don't know if you can see that very well. See if I can get it up closer here and zoom in and focus. Are we getting focused? Nope. Alright, getting used to a manual camera. So, but yeah, it's a little, just got a bar across the middle of it. And you use the open one here on the leg. It's a little easier, and because you basically just get this loop off. The belts themselves are little rubbery bits. They're just soft rubber belts, and then all the ammo packs and the grenades just hook on over the belt itself. You just kind of slide the belt up into that handle, just like that. And then these little pieces, you can see there's a little clip on the back of them, and they just clip onto the belt in predetermined places, like that. There's a little place to clip them on, and a little bend in between there to get the belt around. Which makes it a lot nicer when it's on the figure for posing, because you don't have like a hard plastic belt that doesn't sit right. It lets you move it a little bit with the figure, which is kind of nice. But there's and with that belt, I just used the open thing because there's like some little texture notches on here that lock it, as well as divots on the bottom. So if you put them together like that, they tend to lock in place a little bit, especially when squeezed by this, and that's great. On the bigger one, I used the T-brace because that's what it showed on the instructions on the web. But yeah, you can come back here. This piece just plugs in to the back here. It's just a standard plug, and it also lets you plug it into the weapons in vehicle mode if you do that. Because there's that port here in, how does it work? You plug the guns together. There we go, like that. And then, right here, that's what it's got a round tip on the end, and it can plug in right here. So you can attach the bazooka up here as well. I guess it has to go that way. Plug it in, you can snap the bazooka on. So in vehicle mode, you've got the bazooka attached to the giant weapon chunk. And then the upper bandolier is the same thing. You just kind of pull it out here. I'll go ahead and there's a little clip on thing for the sword. You slide it right through there, and it just clips onto the belt, and you can just slide the machete or whatever out of there. And then it hooks. I'm going to try to do this backwards. The way they say to do it is to clip the belt together first with the clip, and then lift it kind of up over his shoulder. Pull it this way. Kind of under here where the window is. And then up over this. And that is way easier to do it. If you try to wrap this around him and fasten it around his body, it's very difficult. Putting it up over the arm like that is really nice. Although when you're going the other way, you want to make sure to hold where you've connected the belt. Otherwise it will, it doesn't take much effort to slide it out of there and just pop apart. And then on the belt itself, you've got 3 of these little giant like elephant gun bullets. A set of 3 of those. A couple missiles. And a couple different ammo pouches. And then you've got the base soft rocket there. Or soft belt there. So all in all, it's a really neat kit that turns him into, like I said, makes him look like his comic version. You can see I do have the G2 Autobot symbol on him. So yeah, it's a nice little set that turns him into his armored self. Like I said, a little difficult to get together. And again, this piece, you kind of stick one piece underneath one of these little pieces here. Wrap it around, and then stick the other one through the other little slot and pull that tight. And slide it up over his arm, kind of under here and around here, over his head, and then you want to rotate it so that this square rectangular hole in there rotates up and sits over this little piece right here on his shoulder. And then you can close it up. And that's how you get the bandolier on. And once you've done that, you can clip on these pieces fairly easily. You just kind of clip them up over the belt. Just like that. Really simple once you do it that way. Like I said, it's a little bit more difficult trying to get this belt on. And again, I recommend putting this on first, fastening it to the leg, and then clipping everything on, because if you try to do it, try to hold everything together while you're trying to struggle to clip it on, it's really a pain in the butt. But yeah, it's a nice little kit. Definitely recommended. If you have a G2 Sideswipe and you dug the comics, I do recommend picking it up. It's a pretty neat little set. But there it is, the Gun Arms Rambo Dr. Wu P-21 for your Generation 2 Sideswipe.